So, my product is a Lazy Susan, otherwise known as a turntable. So, how it works is basically that there are two wires which are used to connect the motor to the battery, and both of which are connected to an on-off switch. So this ties into electricity and magnetism. Electricity is what carries electrons to magnets, in this case at least, using the 9-volt battery. In the case of the motor uses magnets to move or to rotate, if you will. So the motor has rotating coils, which are set in action via a magnetic force or a magnetic field. And the relationship between electricity and magnetism is just the fact that electricity is what causes the magnets to move. The magnets are what power the motor. So the battery powers the motor, basically, when connected. So the inspiration for this product came by way of a Chinese restaurant in Austria, in which the turntable there was manual instead of automatic. So you had to, if memory serves, turn a lever or a crank. So that wasn't really a memorable experience, or it wasn't one that was very practical then, in the sense that it required physical effort or strain, which the automatic Lazy Susan that I have created does not. And it's not emitting any poisonous gases into the atmosphere or environment, seeing as the manual one was plugged into a wall. This one simply just uses a battery and a motor. So typically you see Lazy Susans in restaurants or cafes. So it would typically be a product sold or found there or utilized there. So that's where the demographics would be. But in general, it would be, if we're talking about an age group, it would be directed towards adults. So it would prevent having to say, can you pass this or that in a restaurant or a cafe. You just simply turn it on, turn it off, goes around, and you get what you want. It's pretty much. So it's a very practical tool. It's a very handy tool in that sense that it doesn't really require anyone else doing you any favors. You sort of feel bad sometimes when you do that. You have to ask someone to give you something from the other end of the table if we are talking about just a restaurant, being the customer or the audience, demographics. And it's also practical in the sense that it has an on-off switch. So you can turn it on whenever you'd like, and you don't risk burning the motor or running out of energy. And the way it was tested or modified, for one, when it comes to something like this, you don't always know where to place the nails. So you need to do a bunch of different measurements, or it's a matter of trial and error with something like this that's handmade, that you don't buy already crafted or made already. And when it comes to the wiring, it appears that using black and black, like the same colored wires, seeing as I have two in mine, black and black and red, do not garner any sort of reaction. So I realized shortly thereafter that I needed to use black and red and black and red. And with regards to sticking, you can't just rely on the nails to do all the assembling of the parts. You need to use some sort of glue, like silicone. So I hope this idea or this product appeals to you, and thank you.